So it's finally here. There's been so much speculation, but we can now reveal Yamaha's new keyboard, new flagship keyboard. It's called Tyros 5.
That's right. I was very lucky enough to be invited to Palma and Mallorca a couple of weeks ago to actually see the launch of the new Tyros 5, and it was amazing.
So what are you most excited about, do you think?
Well, I think the organ world feature. There's this new feature they've built into it, which has all the organs you'd want, but at the highest calibre. They just sound like the real organs.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
And I've heard they've sampled the mighty Wurlitzer in Howden the Weir in County Durham. That is one mighty organ, the big one that comes through the floor. But I heard Richard Bauer playing this, and it sounds beautiful.
Yes, Richard Bauer was a brilliant demo he did. And we heard the Wurzy sounds, all the European sounds, and the Lowry organ sounds, and the classical organ sounds. They are just so different to any keyboard before. It's just a brand new set of voices that they've sampled. Really, really spectacular.
So for organ players, I think this is going to be something special.
Yes, I mean, I learnt on organ, so this is very exciting to me too. There's also this fantastic new Ensemble feature, and what they've done, if you imagine normally you'd have the string sounds and the allegro strings and the studio strings, so what they've done, where they used to have string ensemble sound and your four notes were just playing this big sound, they've now decided to work out which note is in the range of which instrument. So the bottom note will be the double bass, the next one might be the cello, and then maybe a viola, and it splits up these notes in your chords that you're playing to be the actual instrument playing that part.
Yes, because the old string ensemble sounds, every single note would actually give you 4 instruments per note, which was mad, because you play one note and you get 4 instruments, you play a second note and you've effectively got 8 instruments playing together, and so on and so on.
Yes.
But now they've changed it to make it very realistic. So whether you're using the strings or the choirs...
It works with wind as well.
And the wind as well. The ensembles sound so realistic. It's really...
Yeah.
It's just
I have to say, it's one of my... such an effective facility they've now added to it, and it's very exciting.
The choir on Tyros 4 was really, really lovely, wasn't it? It was so realistic, and whenever we played it in public at any exhibition we happened to be playing at, we'd always get a great big crowd. It was quite... and some people were quite moved by it, weren't they?
Yeah.
Because it was so realistic. Now, that is also on Tyros 5. In fact, if you're thinking of changing your 4 for a 5, you don't lose anything. Every single thing that's on Tyros 4 is now also on Tyros 5. Mm. But because of this ensemble section, the way the choir works, you get the boys' choir and the men's choir when you play multiple notes, all coming in at the right time. So it's very, very realistic, and it brings it to life in a very real way, which is lovely.
The ensemble section is a huge section that they've added. Of course, there's also the new audio styles. They started off this new feature in the S950, and it's elaborating on the drum section to give you real live drum sounds along with the MIDI instruments that make up the drum sounds normally, and the patterns are just much more realistic. So the patterns in your instruments you've had before, they've been built up and improved on, but they've added real live drum sounds to those, and that enhances them greatly.
And some of those are great. The Latin ones in particular, you can hear people speaking in the background, not just chatting away, but you can hear them going olé and things in the background. So it's very realistic, particularly on the flamenco ones as well.
Yes, and they've actually used a lot of famous drummers who are excellent and the best in their field to get the best drum patterns and sounds and samples. So for organ players, these new sounds in organ world, this new section they've built into this Tyros 5 is astounding, and there's so many ranges of organ sounds, from your concert organ, your classical organ, to your Wurzy sounds, to your Lowry sounds, to your Hammond C3. All these sounds are included, and they're of such a high calibre. And we've also learned that if you have previous sound premium packs on expansion boards in your old Tyros, we can transfer those across and fit them to the Tyros 5 for you, and then we can help you to understand how to move those sounds across to use them in your new Tyros 5.
And premium packs as well. If you're thinking of upgrading your Tyros 4 for a Tyros 5, you can actually download them onto a Tyros 5 for free. It's very good of Yamaha to allow that. You don't transfer them from Tyros 4 to 5. If you have a Tyros 5, you simply download the ones you already owned, but you're not charged for it, so it's a very good option.
And you'll be pleased to know we've been working on our new Tyros Tipsters registration pack for Tyros 5, which all our customers get, giving you lots of really good registrations to use with the new sounds and voices and facilities of Tyros 5.
And our launch for Tyros 5 is on the 29th of November. It's a Friday, and we're doing 2 shows, 2 in the afternoon, and also, what's the other time?
7 in the evening.
7 in the evening.
And you're all welcome. We'd love to see you there. It's going to be a very exciting show.
And it's Ian House, isn't it?
Yes, he's great.
Ian House, a brilliant player. He's a perfect guy to demonstrate.
Yeah, he's a good player.
So it's a really exciting time at the minute. If you have any questions on Tyros 5, you can always just give us a ring. The number is at the bottom of the screen now, and we're happy to speak to you.
And we're always happy to part exchange previous models, whatever make they are really, and also obviously we come out to your home and we spend some time with you setting it up for how you want to play, with registrations and teaching you about facilities about it that you might not realise. We want you to get the most out of these instruments, and that's what we're here for.
Tyros tips, because we care.